Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Fully Charged Gardener. Thank you very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. So today's video is going to be all about winter pruning wisteria. Such a simple process. We try and prune our wisteria here at Ridge sort of between November and February. That varies year upon year depending on the weather. You know, if we've got really snowy or icy conditions, it might not be safe for ladders. So it varies year on year, but we try and get it done between November and February. Such a simple process. All we're going to be doing is reducing the growth to 2 to 3 buds. Again, focusing the plant's energy into the buds, which is going to give you the flowers. And this time of year is also a great time of year to evaluate the structure of your plant. So if you've got bits that you might want to heavily prune, now's the best time to do that. And what I'll do is I'll put that in a separate video. Today's video is just going to be showing you just how easy it is to winter prune wisteria and not to be afraid of it. So let's get to pruning. So here we are, we're back down at the pergola where I did my summer pruning video. If you want to check that out, I will leave a link to that video in the description. If you remember, we pruned back to 3 buds on here in the summer because we like to keep the frame of the plant quite tight to these pillars, because this is actually used as an aisle for wedding ceremonies, so we want to keep it under control. And it's a great way to show that you can keep wisteria under control and nice and compact. So basically all we're going to be doing is just pruning back to 2 to 3 buds. Again, it doesn't have to be 100% 2 to 3 buds. If you want it cut back to 5 buds now, you can do. But basically all we're doing is reducing that growth and focusing the plant's energy back into these buds, which is what is ultimately going to give you the flowers. One thing I would say is don't be too aggressive with your pruning and go back to 1 bud, because you've got no safety net then. If that bud dies back, you're stuck then. Basically, if we cut back to 2 to 3 buds and one of those buds dies back, you've got backup then. It gives you reserves. But it really is just as simple as this, just going back to 2 to 3 buds. Very satisfying job. I'll bring you in for some close-ups so you can have a look. But it really is just that simple. So again, 1, 2, 3. So we'll do 3 on that one. Again, 1, 2. So we'll do 2 on that one. We've got 1, 2 on that one. 1, 2. And we'll do to the 3rd one on that one. Like I say, it's not the end of the world if you prune back to 2 or 3 buds at this time of year. Just don't go back to that last bud, because that leaves you no backup. So I mentioned this in my summer pruning video, and I'll mention it again in this video because it's really important. Make sure that all your cuts are just above the bud. If you're unsure, you can use the anvil of your snips as a guide. If you put it up against the bud and make your cut just above the bud like that, what you don't want to be doing is making your cut halfway between the buds like this, because this has got the potential to die back into the bud, and for nothing else it just looks messy. So make all your cuts just above a bud with a sloping cut, just like that. Really simple. So just to give you another little tip, if you do have a piece of growth like you can see with this one here that didn't get pruned in the summer, because we do all miss them, and it's gone all the way up round here. Now don't be tempted to just cut it off down here and then try and pull it all the way through, because all you're going to do is damage other buds by trying to get this growth through. Cut it off in sections and just remove it in sections, nice and controlled, so that you're not damaging buds by trying to pull it all down through. So there's a nice little tip. Here we are, we've just finished pruning this. Again, back to 2 to 3 buds. So as you can see, it looks nice and neat, nice and compact. And all this is going to be a mass of beautiful flowers. I will bring you guys back and show you the pergola when it's flowering. But again, 2 to 3 buds. We prune generally between November and February. Again, it depends on the weather. And the other key thing is to remember to have sharp secateurs, nice clean cuts. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video on the basics of winter pruning wisteria. I will be making a couple more videos with some hints and tips on training wisteria and some other do's and don'ts. I just didn't want to put it all into one long video. I just thought I'd break it up into shorter videos. So thank you very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to check out that summer pruning video, I'll put it in the description below. Once again, thank you very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Cheers, guys.